The San Antonio Spurs as they play against the Utah Jazz. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Clark Kellogg and Mike Fratello on the sideline. David Aldridge. Now here's Stockton. Against Washington, he was really on his game. Pass to Malone. Shooting over Cummings. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Clark, any words of encouragement for those squads needing some time to find their footing here at the start of the season?
Well, I think, Kevin, you've got to be committed to the process. Results are important, but the process at this stage is more important. Developing good habits, learning how to compete, understanding the attention to details that's necessary to put yourself in position to win, and embracing the hard work that's required. Those are the things that need to be focused on at this point in time.
Here's Malone, following the bucket by the Spurs. Malone sets the pick for Malone. 9 feet out. And the jam by Karl Malone.
The flush. Malone is another level athlete.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the San Antonio Spurs. This is their first chance to take a look at the Jazz this season. Cummings kicks to Anderson. Pass to Johnson. 5 to shoot. Eaton grabs the miss.
Boy, that's a squandered opportunity there.
One he'd like to have back for sure.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. On the wing, Stockton. Back to Malone. From about 19 feet, misses off the right iron.
Well, we've seen him make this shot often with no defensive coverage. He's got to be kicking himself he didn't make that one.
Now, here's Johnson. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Here's Cummings. Money from the wing. Cummings got his second basket of the night.
You know, if the defense is going to give him the mid-range jump shot, he's going to take it all game long. Doing a nice job keeping things simple.
Well, the defense must guard him better than that, especially when he's operating around the mid-range area.
Johnson against Stockton. Kicks it out to Malone. Malone, a screen on Anderson. From about 16, and it falls over the rim and in.
So sweet a release on Malone's jumper there. A flick of the wrist is all it is.
Cummings with a screen on Stockton. Pass to Robinson. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Cummings can't hit.
He'll normally convert on that finish. The defense got lucky.
Malone against Cummings. Here's Malone. He had 25 points last game. Robinson with the block.
Defense is a major part of what Robinson brings to them. Looks like he'll be a premier rim protector.
Anderson outside. Pass to Cummings. Shoots over Malone. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Good shot right there. I like seeing him be assertive on offense.
And so Stockton will bring it up for Utah.
Great job defensively. Stayed active, which led to a bunch of block shots.
They planned on being disruptive on defense and showed that throughout the game.
Utah calls timeout. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Pass to Bailey. The fadeaway. That one goes in.
Beautiful fadeaway. Defenders draped all over him. He created just enough separation to get off the shot.
Johnson, the pass to Cummings. Now here is Robinson. Shot's good by Strickland.
Good awareness from Robinson. demonstrating once again that he's a team-first player.
For Utah, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Here's Murdoch. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Pass to Eaton. Stolen by Robinson. There's 1:26 left to play in the first. A slam dunk by Robinson.
Aggressive move by Robinson at the rim. With his height, it's hard to imagine stopping that clean.
Stockton looking around. Malone with the screen. Tries it from the top of the key. It's rebounded by David Robinson. Spurs have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Elliott kicks to Robinson. Pass to Cummings.
Barry Cummings possesses a combination of power and movement that's unique. Really gives him an edge on most nights.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Spurs with some changes. Antoine Carr, he's checked in for Robinson. Anderson comes in for Elliott. And Presley subbed in for Johnson. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Attitude is everything on the floor. You can tell he stays in a good mindset, looking for every chance he can get to make an impact on the play.
Here's Murdoch. 9 points last game. 32 seconds left to play here in the first. Clock at 6. And the first shot of the night for him missing. Spurs leading by 4. They've been taking care of business clearly.
Especially at the offensive end where they've been totally in sync.
Totally.
The tried and true alley-oop play.
You know what, Clark? Most guys would have gone for the slam, but he just lays it in.
Nice.
Either way, he got it done, and 2 points is 2 points.
Here's Malone. Carried from 15 feet out. Malone's got his second basket.
Well, you want the ball in his hands. A real good offensive play.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. Spurs lead by 4. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
Out of the gates, love the way they've moved the ball with confidence and conviction.
Absolutely. Purposeful passing from them, piling up those assists.
Jazz trail by 4. To the left wing. Here's Murdoch. Nothing on the board. Malone outside. Rebound San Antonio. Here's Presley. Carr. And the dunk by Carr.
And being that Carr is 6'9", he's capable of throwing it down, especially when the defense is playing him like this.
Here's Murdoch. Carr covering. Murdoch passes to Baylor. Green with the rebound. Spurs leading by 6. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Pass to Strickland. And he makes good on the layup. Strickland's got his second bucket of the night.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Jazz trail by 8. Coach, they're ice cold on the offensive end.
Well, something has to change.
Malone, left side. Here's Murdoch. 6 to shoot. And it's good for 2. Murdoch's got his first basket.
Showing off the soft touch and the value of having an effective floater in your arsenal.
Pass to Strickland. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Makes it off the glass. Strickland's got the lead up to 8 now for San Antonio. And the defending champion Chicago Bulls suffered only 2 playoff losses on their way to the title last season. Mike, can anyone slow them down?
They sure look tough. Michael Jordan, an all-star in each of his first 7 seasons. He's finally got his ring, and I don't think he's done yet.
But it was interesting to watch him work his way in the team's way from being in back of teams like Boston and now competing with the Pistons. It's a journey, isn't it?
It is, and it was Michael having to trust his teammates that eventually got them the ring.
So it's the Spurs now, following the bucket by the Jazz, and he makes that one. Carr's got 6 points.
Making his living in close. Carr is someone you have to deny the ball.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz.
You know, I can imagine the coach is giving them an earful about what's happening in the paint. They've got to clean that up.
Yeah, their interior defense has been too easy to crack. Time to get physical down low.
A different look now for San Antonio. Robinson comes in for Green, and Elliott subbed in for Anderson. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Malone finds Stockton. It's Edwards on the wing. Down low, clock at 4. Robinson with the block. Here's Preston. Still yet to score. To the middle, here's Carr. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, I think you got to foul him harder than this because he's really smart at figuring out how to score through contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Both teams will make substitutions.
Find the lanes. Find the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Carr. This offseason, 10 teams making coaching changes, Mike, and the most in a few years. What do you think about this trend?
Yeah, believe me, I'm very familiar with it. Owners are impatient. They want winners now. So if you don't deliver quick, get that resume refreshed.
So how would you approach a job? Win now, or do you want to build, or do you get the assurance? Like, there's so many different factors here, the way you could, as a coach, go.
I would say that when you're in a meeting with your owner and general manager and they're telling you how they have great patience and they want to see you build this program, I think you nod your head yes, up and down. When you walk out of the room, you say to yourself, I've got to win games right away. Nothing to try and be opposite of those guys, but they sometimes have short memories when it gets to the end of the year and the fans are impatient and the media's on you. They make a change rather than remember that long-term plan they talked about.
Good insight. Here is Stockton. David Robinson making his last shot. Stockton dishes to Edwards.
Defender a little over-aggressive. He capitalized on it.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for San Antonio?
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
Yeah, and another thing is they found the open man, really being unselfish with the ball and making the extra pass tonight.
That free throw missing. Anderson, he's checked in for the Spurs. And Utah making a change here. And the second free throw, good. 1:31 left in the first half. Stockton against Johnson. Here is Elliott. Scoreless thus far. Here's Cummings. That one's not going to go. Good work defensively by Malone. A floater. David Robinson with the rebound. Robinson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Elliott. Robinson against Edwards from 12 feet out. And it's Malone with the rebound. Jazz trail by 12. Stockton with it. 35 seconds left to play here in the half. Shot from the top of the key. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Stockton's got his first points of the night.
Trust Stockton to make smart play calls like this one, using the pick and roll to get himself free for a high-quality shot.
Elliott kicks to Robinson. Spurs working the ball around now. Here's Cummings. The rebound by the Jazz. Malone's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Stockton. Malone down low. And here's Edwards from the arc. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We've got more in store for you right after this. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You know, one guy who's been getting it done is Antoine Carr.
Boy, you like the discipline and patience he's played with through the first half.
Never forcing it, always letting the game come to him. Just good, sound, fundamental basketball.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Johnson outside. To the right side. Pass to Cummings. Over Malone. Let's go. Cummings can't hit.
Boy, the defense just smothered that one.
Draped all over him. Outstanding effort to contest without fouling.
Now here's Stockton. Now here's Malone. He's guarded by Cummings. And then Malone with the dunk.
Tell you what, I certainly wish I could get up like him. Man, oh man.
You did. I saw it with my own eyes. But wouldn't it be great, Clark, to be young again? Huh?
Would be wonderful, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, speak for yourselves.
Now here's Malone after David Robinson's miss. Outside Edwards. Pass to Malone. 6 on the shot clock. And David Robinson pulls it down. Robinson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Anderson finds Johnson. Over to the left wing. And he's on the money with his first shot today. And the Spurs lead by 10.
Elliott, man, what a stroke. Sean Elliott, an athletic forward who feels comfortable shooting from here.
And the Jazz call time here. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Malone looking around. Robinson with the block. Now Johnson. Still scoreless. Elliott kicks to Robinson. Pass to Cummings. Shoots over Malone. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. And now a 12-point Spurs lead. Enzo Stockton will bring it up for Utah. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Malone sets the pick for Stockton. Robinson with the block. Pass to Elliott. And here is Robinson. Edwards defending. And Robinson gets it to go on the assist from Sean Elliott. And that's now 6 points for Robinson. Coach, a tough stretch for this offense.
I'd say they need to get back to what they do best. Right now, that's a question mark.
A big question mark. Now, here's Malone. He has 6. And it's good, 2 points. Malone's got 4 points in the quarter.
Poetry in motion. Malone is just automatic from the mid-range area.
San Antonio calls timeout. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Johnson with it. Still without a basket. 7-foot shot, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. Cummings got the lead up to 14 now for San Antonio. For Utah, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Stockton outside to the paint. Here's Malone. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Cummings.
You know, there's no easy way to stop Malone inside without fouling him. He's got so much strength.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
Well, I tell you what, if you wanted the template for the perfect power forward, it might be Karl Malone. I mean, he's got everything you want in a 4-man.
The Jazz making a switch here. Bailey's checked in. And both free throws good for Malone. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Pass to Elliott. Here's Strickland. He has 6. Carr with the screen on Stockton. 5 on the clock. Here's Strickland. Here's Carr. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Boy, that time Carr staying aggressive, fights for the rebound, and then also fights to get the shot off.
Pass to Bailey. There's the lob to the hoop. And the jam by Karl Malone.
What a finish, just powering it down.
Spurs leading by 12. Here's Pressey. Here's Strickland. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
He was just a bit out of position on the screen. He tried to make up for it, but he got caught.
Always a tricky play to call, but the refs were right on it.
Higgins, he's checked in for the Spurs. Jazz trail by 12. Stockton outside. 1:21 left to play in the third. With the fadeaway. That one a little long. The Spurs have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Carr with the screen on Stockton. And that's a foul called on John Stockton. That's his first foul. Green, he's checked in for Cummings. Carr, the pass to Pressey. Here's Strickland. Pass to Carr. Rebounded by Bailey.
And this is how you defend a player like him. Nice job contesting without fouling.
Malone against Green. Malone looking around. Shot clock at 6. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Benoit. They get it again. That one's good. The San Antonio lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Brown.
It's simple. You got to get a body into your man. Box out if you want to rebound the ball.
Defensive rebounding is about effort, trying, being willing to put a body on someone.
Pass to Higgins. Here's Strickland. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. Back right after this. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And so Stockton will bring it up for the Jazz. Trailing by 10. It's Edwards on the wing. Now here's Stockton. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And I like when Stockton looks to score, because at times it makes the defense get over-aggressive.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, you know, they've been tremendous, I think, when it comes to sharing the basketball. You know, getting guys involved on the plays and creating offensive opportunities for everybody. Equal opportunity offense is fun to watch.
I give credit to the coaches and players. Clearly the staff stressed scoring it inside as well. And the players are executing.
So he gets them both.
Free throw shooting is a skill, and this guy absolutely has it.
Spurs leading by 8. Over to the wing. Here's Pressey.
You know, when some people look at Paul Pressey's game and they see really kind of a jack of all trades, maybe the beginning of the point forward role, but when he's on, he can operate at a high level. Actually, came into the league the same time I did.
He misses the free throw. And he's good on the second. Jazz trail by 9. Stockton outside. There's a screen. Rebounded by the Spurs. They've led by as many as 14 points. To the inside. Here's Strickland. The layup off target. The Jazz shooting 41% for the game. Here's Edwards. Higgins grabs the board. San Antonio leading by 9. Pass to Carr. Pressey against Stockton. Puts it up from 15. Buries the jump shot. And the Spurs lead by 11.
Just relentless, not letting even the contest distract him.
Stockton outside. Here's Bailey. Carr covering. Here's Bailey. Got a hand on it.
And you love seeing this from Carr. You want to see more blocks from the big man.
San Antonio making a switch here. Robinson's checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
You know, Bailey's versatility is his greatest weapon to me, capable of playing either forward spot.
Pass to Higgins. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. It's Edwards on the wing. Pressey defending. Edwards the bounce pass.
Hey, yo, right here.
Here's Bailey. That one doesn't drop. Excellent D that time from Robinson. Stockton against Pressey. Robinson a screen on Stockton. Pressey's shot is off.
You know, you don't always get that opportunity, so those are the ones you hate to miss.
Stockton outside. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Pass to Bailey. Back to Stockton. Fires the three. Rebounded by the Spurs. Robinson's got 8 rebounds in this game. Higgins passes to Carr. Does not score for only the second time in 7 shots this game. And here's Edwards. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Benoit. Higgins grabs the board. Well, Clark, they might want to milk the clock here.
Great time to slow it down and get a good shot.
Pass to Robinson. Goes back up. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And Robinson patrols the glass so well, using his size and athleticism to perfection.
And so Stockton will bring it up for Utah. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Inside, it's stolen by Cummings. Here's Elliott. It's tipped.
And this is what Eaton does best. Such a forceful shot blocker.
Malone passes to Eaton. Stockton against Robinson. Pass to Eaton. Outside Edwards. Just 5 on the clock. Malone sets the pick for Edwards. Shoots over Johnson. Edwards can't hit. San Antonio leading by 11. Johnson outside. Cummings inside. Malone on him. Here's Johnson, and it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots from the elbow.
And they just didn't have enough to overcome this deficit. chalk up this game as a fantastic victory for the Spurs.
A big factor tonight, Clark, their ability to move the ball.
Yeah, Kevin, you're right on top of it as always. They definitely were the better passing team, and that was huge in this ball game.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year. And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Robinson.
Well, I love the force that he showed on defense, using all of his length to deny shots. He was their anchor tonight.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Yep, it counts. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And here is Johnson. Anderson outside. Pass to Robinson. 2 points. That one goes. And the Spurs lead by 9.
Boy, plays with such an edge. His style is tenacious.
And so it's San Antonio with the win. Mike, would you say they just kept a better energy throughout the game tonight?
They came in with extra confidence with the home crowd behind them.